All right, we're live. We're live. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays, coming to you from yet another airport. And yeah, welcome to the life. And let's do it. Let's do a show. The Miami airport here, man. So, not gonna mention what airline I'm flying with, but I'm literally at like the oldest terminal from like the 80s. There's not a single lounge here. And I got to the airport early, and I'm like, wow, finally I get to see the inside of a Centurion lounge of American Express. There's only about, um, I think there's only like 7 of them in the world, and Miami Airport has one of them. And and of course, with my luck, it's not at my terminal, and I can't get to it from my terminal. And now my flight's delayed, and I'm like, ah, Jesus Christ. All right, that's welcome to perpetual flying. But that also means I have a bunch of time with you guys or do some work. So let's try and let's see if we can get both done. All right, let's go to screen share. Oh, you know what? We're going to talk about this after. I want to mention it briefly. So, oh, Tonevase store. It's always like the last part of the Tonevase website that I leave it with. Tonevase store, check it out. This is where you get some of the t-shirts and hats and all the other cool stuff. If you want to support my work, please check out the affiliates page. TradingView is a popular one. I use it all day, every day. Well, maybe not all day, but I certainly use it every day. I do a stream. VPN services, US exchanges for US citizens, exchanges for non-US citizens. Check it all out. It's all right there. I got to update my Amazon shopping list. I'm supposed to do a lot of shopping during Black Friday, and of course I didn't. Um, no more workshops. I think the workshops are done. I don't think I'll ever do one again. We'll see how the Vegas one goes. And after that, I might end that business model. It's just no new people coming into the space. I have to wait conference. Check out Unconfiscatable. Registration is open. Oh, I think we got another speaker for you. Hold on. Let me see if that works. Also, the Financial Summit was just in the Dominican Republic looking for venues. Let me just click on Unconfiscatable real quick. I think we have, this is our final row of speakers. Where are they? Here they come. Come on. Oh, there we go. Come on, load. Load. All right, well, anyway, there's 2 more speakers here that will eventually load. By the way, I had better signal on my cell phone in the Dominican Republic and everywhere around the world. The moment I get to the US, it sucks. US has some of the worst internet in the world. My international SIM cards work so much better, like almost everywhere outside of New York. Like I'm having a problem streaming right now, and I'm in the US. There we go. We literally have room for 2 more speakers, and even that's going to be a struggle for a one-day conference. NVK will be joining us for the event. Yeah, so it's looking really, really cool. All right, guys, let's go to the charts. Oh, so BSV is another hilarious disaster. I don't really know what this means, but I'm being told that it's kind of funny. So tomorrow we will have Jimmy Song to describe the tech here. Yeah, so apparently BSV screwed up. Anyone surprised? I don't even know what that shitcoin is worth. What is that shitcoin worth? Let's go to coin market cap. I know there are better websites, but I can't remember them off the top of my head because I don't use this very often. BSV is about to go out of the top 10. Impressive. They're going to be overtaken by the Tezos scam and the Tron scam. That is really, really funny. Yeah. Wow. Monero is not even in the top 10. Oh boy. Wow. Wow. What a shit list. What a shit list. Bitcoin is so going back to 90% confidence. 90% confidence, 90%. Hey, Tether is not number two anymore. What happened? They stopped printing Tether? Wasn't it like higher? All right. Let's go to the charts. Monthly chart. Let's go ahead soon, so we'll take a look. Okay. We have our weekly chart. Let's take a deep dive into the weekly chart. The weekly chart has flipped the count. Is this good or bad? I can make the argument for both sides. As you can see, we're still in a downtrend, even on the weekly. As I showed you guys yesterday, the oscillators are still favoring the bears, all of them. Well, these three are. But this is a reversal candle that has closed above a moving average. I'm using the 50 period moving average. On a weekly chart, the 50 period is usually pretty significant across all assets. So here's the best argument I can make for the bulls. You have a green 2 going above a green 1, green 1 being a very strong reversal candle that closed at the high. This was a bullish trade according to the weekly scale. This took place yesterday, and those that are familiar with sequential could have entered this bullish trend right there. The big question is, would I have entered this bullish trade? And the honest answer is maybe. Maybe. I still don't like the overall bearish posture. If this had occurred at a lower price after a 9, I would have 100% entered that trade. This trade, I would have maybe entered with a very small position size. Just, for that outside chance that the bottom is in, okay? So the best I can say is you have a green 2 above a green 1. But I feel that we did not bottom out far enough. I'm still looking for the 200-week moving average to be the target, but it's rising quickly. So if it takes us another few months to get there, that moving average may come to this Fibonacci line at $5,600 area. Okay, so with the daily chart. The daily chart did exactly as expected. I had this green arrow and I had this green line sitting at 7,000, let's say 7,300. As I've said on prior videos, while I anticipated this, the price of Bitcoin to struggle in breaking the $7,200, $7,300 area, and while I gave it a greater than 50% chance it would go down, I also have said many times that if we can break 7,300, we would rise quickly to the next resistance point, which is 7,700, right? That's where my red line is, 77. And that's exactly what happened. So let me explain this. The break of 7,300 hit the setup trend line absolutely perfectly for a rejection. It came up a little bit short of the moving average, which I believe is the 50-day moving average, which is another critical moving average. And I can also make the case that there's potentially more upside here, okay? Yes, we hit resistance, but also this candle is a downward reversal candle. This candle is also a 6 on a daily sequential to the upside. By the way, the sequential gave you the bullish trade right at the red line of a green 5 going above a green 4. That was the first time a green number started to go up a prior green number. Now, once again, would Tone Vays have taken this trade? The answer is probably not. If I would take the trade, I would take it with tiny position size, just for that outside chance of potentially missing out on this being the ultimate low, right? I mean, just because I give the low, this low, let's say a 20 or a 30% probability, doesn't mean I can't enter a bullish trade that is, 3 to 4 times smaller than my normal average trading size for the outside chance that the 30% possibility that this is the low and we go all the way up from here to new all-time highs. I can always add to my position, okay? So there's a couple of things that I don't like about this bullish trade. One, the TD setup gave you the entry on candle number 5. I don't like entering on candle number 5. I like entering on candles number 2 or candles number 3 or candles number 1 following the 9. The entry was back here. If you didn't take this entry following the 9, which I've talked about many times, then I would have felt that I was too late to the bull party. Had I taken this entry at number 1 and still had a little bit of a bull position, then I wouldn't have a problem adding a little bit to that position because I am up on the trade. So there's all of these little intricacies in Bitcoin, okay? Now, there are other reasons why I would have been hesitant in entering the bullish trade here. I mean, the time to enter the bullish trade was at the off the 9, not at the end of the count. The count's coming to an end. Within 3 days, we will have a 9 that I would anticipate would reverse the market. I'm not going to draw any more arrows for now. But if the current candle can close above this red line, like if we close above the red line right now, it's going to be tricky, right? But if we close above the red line on a 9 in 3 days, so if on December, what's the day? 23rd. If on December 26th, we close above 7,700, I will then look for a small 1 to 4 candle correction and then more upside up to the next resistance point. So I will be a short-term bull. Does that change my intermediate trend? Absolutely not. And I think it's almost time to draw this instead of a downward. I don't want to do this at the airport. I'll do it next time. I think it's time to draw this instead of the triangle, and I'm going to leave the triangle. I think it's time to draw this as a parallel channel because there'll be channel resistance somewhere here around 8,000 dollars. So next time I do this video from a workstation, I will draw it in. I'm not looking at your live chat at the moment, guys. I'll glance at the lower level timeframes real quick. Nothing interesting on a 12-hour other than we're being rejected by the setup trend line, but we still have bullish room on the count. The 4-hour is on a 9, looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction, and then probably more upside here. Let me go to your Q&A and see if I see anything interesting here. Step away from the charts a bit. Scam thumbnail, Tone has hair. I agree. Hey, Norway, thank you for joining. Bad stream. Again, I have the shittiest cell phone Wi-Fi to tether from. US has some of the shittiest Wi-Fi ever. And you know what? You know what city has the worst Wi-Fi? San Francisco. San Francisco has the shittiest Wi-Fi in all of America, outside of out of the major cities. Why not dollar cost average over the next 3 months? Dollar cost average videos are not interesting. No one's gonna watch them. You can do it. Nothing's a city in the world. Why on earth would they need good Wi-Fi or cell service? Guys, I can't answer specific questions when to buy or sell. That's kind of illegal. The market is always hard to read. Hey, Julio. Let me see what you wrote. Please consider a video interview with Benjamin Cohen. He's a PhD nuclear engineer and does analysis of crypto data using high-level math. Guys, I honestly, I don't think he knows who I am. I don't think he would care who I am. I mean, I would love to do an interview with Donald Trump, but it's hard to get him on the phone. I know a lot of people want certain people on my channel, but the amount of time and effort it takes to coordinate and reach out to these people, I just don't have that time nor the manpower, right? Like I do have people that help me, but it's hard. It's really hard. Yeah, I was gonna take a look at Tesla. All right, let's go back to some charts. What chart is this? This is GBTC. Well, GBTC is obviously pumping a little bit. You know what? I need to refresh my charts. I realized this morning that my S&P weekly chart was like a week and a half old. Like I was looking at like I didn't refresh my screen. Like I thought we were on an 8 weekly. We were really on a 9 weekly. I just hit the enter button and it did absolutely nothing. Like it's not even like internet is just horrendous. So you're stuck with what I have. I'm gonna write up a blog post about my outlook, my recap of 2019 and my outlook for 2020, because all these publications keep asking me, and I'm tired of answering the same questions to 8 different publications. I still have hope that in the next 7 days, nothing's updating, guys. The internet just sucks. Um, no, nothing's updating. There won't be much after this. Ethereum is on the, oh, this is the Ripple shitcoin. Ripple token is such a scam. It is the scam of such global proportions that it's probably not going anywhere. That's how much of a scam it is. And when the company is now connected to the heads of the economics, it's not going to go anywhere. Oh God, I got to get rid of this shitcoin. This was supposed to be my gold monthly chart. But I don't know which gold I was using. So this becomes a problem. I don't ever want to look at this. Oh, I forget it. Like the internet doesn't work. Talked about gold a lot yesterday. So the only stock I can look at is the stock that I have on. I won't be able to open anything else. The S&P continues to make new all-time highs. The 9 did not turn the market like I thought it could, and therefore the time to enter back into the market is a green 2 daily going above a green 1. This would have been difficult for me to enter because it was a Friday. And not only was it a Friday, it was a Friday of a weekly 9. But the weekly 9 closed at the all-time high, which means I'm bullish. So right now I am looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction. And like you almost don't want to miss out. I mean, like the S&P 500 is the FOMO. I cannot even express how bullish I have been across all my videos for the last 4 years, going from before the Trump election, how bullish I have been. By the way, one of the things that drew Tyler Jenks to me, like one of the reasons why Tyler Jenks reached out and he told me, like, when you watch people on YouTube and stuff, especially in the trading world and economics, like you don't know if they know what they're talking about or not. And what Tyler told me was the reason why he finally reached out to me was how in early 2016 he was watching me talking about the markets and what will happen during the presidential election. While everyone said a Trump election would crash the markets, and every time Trump would lead in the polls, markets would fall, and every time Hillary would lead in the polls, markets would rise. And then the night Trump was getting elected, the markets crashed that night and recovered the following day. And I kept saying all throughout 2016 that Trump will be the greatest thing for the US stock market since probably like Depression or the 1990s tech bubble. And Tyler was like the only one that was thinking the same as me. And that made Tyler stock market out on some of the greatest stock market gains in US history for the last 10 years. Now, I have only been public for the last 4 to 5 years, but I've spent that entire time talking about how the stock market is going to go higher and higher and higher, and there's nothing stopping it. Here's Tesla. I mean, what do you think I'm going to be at an all-time high of any asset? I will always be bullish at an all-time high of any asset. It doesn't matter what it is. I will always be bullish at a new all-time high. When things are at a new all-time high, there's more likely that they will keep going until they don't. Okay? Even if it's a shitcoin. If a shitcoin is rising, I will expect it to keep rising. I will never take that trade. Doesn't mean you have to take that trade. Like when Ethereum was rising above 20, I thought people were stupid. There was no reason for it to go that high. But I mean, it went all the way to 1600. Now we're back to 130 and we're going to go back to $2. It'll just take time. It will just take time. A lot of people talk, oh, I could switch stocks. A lot of people are talking about Apple. Apple should also be at an all-time high, I would think. Probably, I guess. It has to be at an all-time high, right? Yeah, I mean, you have to be bullish Apple. You have to be bullish of everything at a new all-time high, right? Um, I'm bullish Apple, and tomorrow there'll be a green two above a green one. But there was a green two above a green one on Friday. It just didn't hold the green two. So you could certainly be holding the Apple long right now. Uh, it's good. We have new sequential counts coming in, which is great. By the way, I gotta find some time during Christmas, and I'm using. That's it for me, guys. My flight's delayed. I have no idea when the hell is gonna start boarding. Probably in like an hour or something. I'm gonna maybe get some work done while I still have battery life. Let me look at your Q&A. When can we send you Bitcoin tips? We're via this LN live on stream. I have no idea what that means, guys. I'm sorry, I've been too busy. I have said this many times. I do not use Lightning. I don't use Lightning for two reasons. One, I have not had time to fully look into how it works. And two, I don't need to use Lightning because Bitcoin transactions are fast and Bitcoin transactions are cheap. When the market makes Bitcoin transactions slow and expensive, I will actually make an effort to use Lightning more. Until, I mean, why would I use something I don't have to use? When people show up and start using Bitcoin, and by the way, no one is using the other shit coins, right? Like, uh, if I'm saying this about Bitcoin, there's like 3 daily transactions in Btrash. Not counting, Roger Ver sending everyone shit coins. Those transactions don't really count, right? Like actual transactions for commerce, there's like 3 a day. Maybe I'm overestimating. Did you see the DTube shitcoin? No, of course not. I'm not surprised DTube has a shitcoin because they're a scam. So that's why they have a shitcoin. So someone is upset. Jesus, you haven't looked into Lightning. No, I'm busy. I'm busy. Do you understand what busy means? I guess not. I look at things when I have to. I'm happy that people are using Lightning. More people should use Lightning. I'll eventually, in 2021, I guarantee you, I will use most of my transactions will be Lightning because in 2021, I plan to stop traveling. So I have one more year. So if you want to see me at a conference other than the conferences that I organize, the only time to do that is in 2020 because in 2021, I need a break. So I will be taking a break from traveling. So, and in 2020, my travel schedule is kind of booked for almost the entire year. So every conference, I've never accepted fees. I've never taken money to speak at a conference. And right now, all these conferences are messaging me, offering me money, offering me business class flights, and I'm like, well, I'm already booked. Sorry, guys. Should have been offering me these things last year when I was available. I'm pretty booked for 2020. It's very unlikely I will speak at your conference if I haven't already agreed to it for 2020. My schedule is set in 2021. I'm not going to speak at any conference other than the ones on tomevays.com. You know what? I'm going to write up a blog post about my outlook for next year, guys. I'm gonna do that. Hey, once again, Unconfiscatable is up for my Christmas time is going to be spent, dealing with this stuff. And if you want to support, please check out the affiliate page. All right, that is pretty much it. I'm going to stop the screen share. I'll glance at the live chat one more time, see if there is anything interesting. Is palladium the new gold? Not really. Palladium's way is useful. It's I think it's not as rare as gold, but it's very, very useful. Tone is a stock market permabull. Not really. I mean, I'm a bull until the charts tell me to be a bear, and the charts have not told me to be a bear. There were a couple of scares. There were a couple of short-term scares, but there's never. Um, I'm a permabull for now. I mean, I've been a permabull of the stock market for the last 6 or 7 years, and we're in a 10-year bull market. I mean, I've been right. I've been a perma bear on Bitcoin for the last 2 years, and the Bitcoin market Bitcoin's been in a bear market for the last 2 years, right? I mean, we're still what 60% lower than the all-time high. So what does that say from 2 years ago? Been in a bear market. Tone, what are the chances that the Bitcoin bottom is in? Well, which bottom? The $3,000 bottom or the $6,500 bottom? I would give it an 80% chance that the $3,000 bottom is in. Up to 45% All right. So if you saw my comment, the internet in Miami is a shitcoin, and it's time for me to log off. I'll see you guys from my next destination where hopefully the internet's actually going to work. All right. Two international SIM cards. One out of America. Works everywhere except Miami and San Francisco. All right. At Unconfiscatable, I have a couple of people that are going to be speaking that actually work with institutions, and they will be able to answer whether institutions are buying Bitcoin or not. So come to Unconfiscatable if you want the answer to that question. Who asked it? Darius is going to be here. All right, guys. I will talk to you all on the next one.